Yo, this is Deontay the Bronx Bummer Wild, the WBC heavyweight champion of the world. And I'd like to give a big shout out to CJ Goodfella, Sports TV. Bomb Squad, baby.
Don't forget to check out our sponsor, The Health Blaze, at thehealthblaze.com. 100% all natural products from lotions, soaps, foot soaks, bath bombs, and much, much more. Use the promo code Goodfella1Boxing. Tell them your boy CJ Goodfella sent you, get 18% off. We out.
All right, man, we back. It's your boy CJ Goodfella, Goodfella Sports TV. Let's get into some boxing. Apparently, got some news on Castaño and Teixeira, or some rumors. I just see rumors. But first, let's talk about Eddie Hearn and Kell Brook. All right. Apparently, they had odds. Kell Brook said some things on IFL TV. Eddie Hearn came back. So, we'll kind of talk about that first. So, hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. And basically, Eddie Hearn, basically said that, Kell Brook basically said that Eddie Hearn, chose not to work with him for the Crawford fight. And, basically everybody know Eddie Hearn is boxing out, fighters or promoters that's not with, that's not working with him or not under the Zone banner on Sky TV. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even understand why Sky TV is listening to Eddie Hearn. His plan is to take Anthony Joshua off of Sky and put him on the Zone in the UK. So if I'm Sky, I'm doing business, I'm trying to form a relationship with American promoters or American fighters so we can do these fights. So basically, Bob, Eddie Hearn tried to block Bob from doing Teofimo Lopez and Lomachenko in the UK, and they found a platform for it. But to go on, Eddie Hearn basically said he bailed, Kell Brook, basically said he bailed Eddie Hearn out by taking the Golovkin fight. And you remember, Kell Brook was supposed to unify with Jesse Vargas, the WBO title in the IBF at welterweight. But, Eddie Hearn, Top Rank wanted more money for Jesse Vargas across the street, across the pond. And, Kell Brook and Eddie Hearn didn't want to, fight Jesse Vargas in the United States, which in all reality, he should have beat Jesse Vargas. I think he would have beat Jesse Vargas. And that's just my opinion on that. But, basically he said he did him a favor and bailed Eddie Hearn out by filling in for the Golovkin pay-per-view day, which Eddie Hearn should never advise him to even take that fight. You know what I'm saying? He destroyed Kell Brook's career in one night. Oh, no, Kell, we'll find somebody else to do it. That's all he had to say, but he ain't had nobody else according to Kell Brook. And Kell Brook went on to say that we kept Eddie Hearn in the loop. For the Crawford fight, he chose not to work with us. And, Eddie Hearn fired back. Said I sat in the hospital when he got stabbed. He got stabbed in the leg after beating Kell Brook. He aired him out, said, he didn't train for the the Carson Jones fight, which he really got beat. So he started airing out Kell Brook stuff. And when you get to a situation where really Kell Brook, only thing he probably said that wasn't true was the situation with, keeping Eddie Hearn in the loop. Eddie Hearn said he was never in the loop for the Crawford discussions. And in the Crawford discussions, actually, Kell Brook's father actually negotiated those discussions. So it was Eddie Hearn, Kell Brook that chose not to keep Eddie Hearn in there. I believe that part. But Eddie Hearn said, I sat in the hospital with him when he got stabbed. I sat in the hospital with him. Another time he said that he chose not to train for the Kell Brook fight. He said all those things. Now he for the Carson Jones fight in. Give me a minute. Water. But Eddie Hearn told him don't come back. That's what Eddie said. He said don't come back. He said once you burn that bridge, it's a wrap. And he said basically it sounded like Kell Brook cashing out versus Crawford. Said he wanted to get all the money and cut. Eddie said they wanted to cut me out the deal, and I believe that. It sounded like a cash out, looked like a cash out. And he supposed to be getting $2 million, and you don't have to have Eddie Hearn take a percentage out. But then again, like I said before, Eddie Hearn, what type of promoter that sat in the hospital with his fighter and cared about him would put him in there with Golovkin and have him jump up 2 weight classes? Who? And people will say, well, Kell Brook, man, he didn't have to take the fight. True. But then again, it's never good to see dudes battle in the media. I'm always take the word of the fighter over the promoter anyway. You know what I'm saying? Eddie Hearn can say everything he want to say, but it's a known fact that his father used up Eubanks, and Eubanks went broke messing with Barry Hearn. So there's a history there. there's a history there. This the same dude. This is the same dude who let AJ, who wasn't even ready for the fight, versus Andy Ruiz, let him go into the ring, and they said he had a concussion. This dude don't care about his fighters, and you want to talk about he's an honest man. Look here, man. There's probably more honest contractors than there are honest promoters, and it's really no such thing as an honest contractor. That's why you got a lot of dudes that DIY, do it yourself. Or DIY, whatever it's called, do it yourself. That's why a lot of people do it themselves. Ain't no honest boxing promoters. The only honest person in boxing, probably honestly, as far as doing right by their fighters, that got the best track record, is Al Heyman. That's probably the only dude who's the most honest dude. All these promoters, man, they take these promotional fees out these fighters' checks and don't even promote the fighters. They just put a card together. That's my whole thing about it. They just throw a card together and don't even promote the fighter. At once upon a time, promoters was the plug until endorsements from Gatorade to whatever they had back in the day. Now the promoter, all they do is put on the fight. They don't promote you. They don't market you. They don't help you get advertisement dollars. They don't. So really, the promotional thing is a scam. If you got the mind to promote yourself, you should promote yourself. You should get out there and promote your own fights and stuff of that nature. But having a promoter today is a big scam. They don't market you. They don't promote you. All they do is throw a card on you, and they might spend some money on a poster. And that's the God honest truth. So, everybody can scream and complain about promote, but I don't trust nothing that Eddie Hearn say. I was there by his bedside for him. Man, that's what you're supposed to do if that's your friend. And sometimes you gotta remind people what you done for them, and I get that. People say, well, you always gotta say what you done for me because you ungrateful and you act like you forgot. So sometimes you gotta ramble it off, but it is what it is. I can care less. Kell Brook about to cash out. Eddie Hearn right about that, but ain't these dudes don't promote no more. Eddie Hearn might be the most innovative promoter as far as coming up with new ideas, but once again, he ain't a good promoter to begin with. You know what I'm saying? He took them the zone people money, and what he got? No fighters over there. He paid Danny Jacobs way. He do some things, but what actual promoter that care about their fighter put him in there with Golovkin 2 weight classes above? Nobody does that. Nobody. But like I said before, that's why AJ Daddy's about to get on that ass. But to continue on, I heard it from a little birdie, if this could be true. They had 10 days to decide Teixeira and Castaño. Now, if you don't understand the importance of this fight, especially if you're a PBC fanboy, the importance of Teixeira and Castaño is this. The winner is supposed to fight. If PBC can get Castaño to get the belt, he's a PBC fighter. They can have undisputed with Castaño and Jermell Charlo. Okay. Now I heard that also from Teixeira that he wants to fight Jermell Charlo instead of fighting Castaño first. Now remember, PBC fighters, they don't even recognize the WBO belt. This is the belt that they fighting for. They don't even recognize that belt. And the issue is that they petitioned for Castaño to be the mandatory for the WBO, which to me, the WBO should have said hell no. But it didn't matter. Teixeira actually wants to fight Jermell Charlo. What I would do if I'm Al Heyman, why not just have Jermell Charlo fight fight Teixeira and just become undisputed? But, Al Heyman don't want to split the proceeds with nobody. So if you got Golden Boy co-promoting the fight, then you got to split the proceeds with Golden Boy. So Al want Castaño to fight, he want Castaño to fight Teixeira first, and then he believes Castaño's going to beat Teixeira. He can have a PBC undisputed fight. So, I ain't mad at it. But if Teixeira want to plug right on in and fight Jermell, I would go ahead and just do it that way. But, it is what it is, man. But I heard that fight, this is the important news right here. I heard that fight may fall on the Luke Campbell. Ooh, So horny. So horny Campbell. He might fall on Luke Campbell and Ryan Garcia card December 5th. So if that's the case, I'm definitely going to tap in. I'm going to tap in regardless, but I'm definitely going to tap in a little early because Castaños and Teixeira are a good fight. I think Castaños can get Teixeira. I think Teixeira can get to Castaños. So that fight might fall on the Luke Campbell and Ryan Garcia undercard. So you heard it here first, and you got people like, oh boy, Blue Boss Sports TV, and I'm back with another one. Ugas and Keith Crawford, Keith Thurman and Paul I said that a month ago. Come on, man. I said it a month ago. And that's one of the reasons that I'm going to move away from YouTube from a certain extent. I'm definitely not going to keep just doing stuff on YouTube. That's why I'm starting a podcast where I can still monetize and I can still talk how I want to talk. So if you a female vlogger and you got you got a portfolio, I'm looking for a couple male vloggers as well too, maybe one or two. So maybe looking for a 3-man team. So me and 2 other people. It gotta be a female. I'll take another female. So I'm starting a brand new podcast. I'm gonna start it on Spreaker, and it's gonna be everywhere. So that's my whole thing. YouTube is just not a great platform. Not for certain people. So for me, I'd rather do the podcast way, and I just keep doing my little thing on YouTube. But hey, appreciate everybody for tapping in. Don't forget you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request. Keep sharing the video. All my social media links in the description. If you want to make a donation to the channel, Cash App CJ Good 313, PayPal link in the description. Best way to donate personally, share the video, hit that subscribe button, bell icon button. Let me know what you think about the video. We go.
Belief about
I'm on the phone.
You on the phone?
Yeah.
You looking at my video?
No, I ain't looking
right?
No, I'm good.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, man. Next time we come outside, don't be staring and shit like that. I don't like that.
I wasn't looking at him.